What's going on, everyone? It's Mikey T, the movie star. I'm back with another exclusive for y'all. Sometimes when we report news, it's not always the best news, you guys. Sometimes when I come on here, it's because I got to report opportunities that were denied. Sometimes I got to address situations where people are going to get locked up for a lot of time. And today we've actually got a breaking news report. Actually, last week, Bobby Shmurda apparently went before the parole board, and he went up to see if he could get his time reduced and if he could get a release based on all the conditions that are going around in the world today. So we saw what happened earlier with a couple people who actually went up to get a compassionate release. Shoddy actually asked for a compassionate release. He was denied. Dark Low asked for a compassionate release. He was denied. Fat Trell actually asked to serve the remainder of his sentence on house arrest, and he was denied as well, you guys. So we've had a lot of this in the history, and it just turned out that one government informant was actually given an early release. So when we got news that Bobby Shmurda was actually going before the parole board, everybody got their hopes up. Everybody got their hopes up in this last month, and we unfortunately got the news that Bobby Shmurda, his parole hearing was actually denied. He was denied at his parole hearing, and I'm going to read a couple reports from a couple dope news blogs. TMZ reported it, Hip Hop DX and Complex reported it as well. But it's your boy, Mikey T, the movie star. I'm back with another exclusive. Excuse my voice, I was doing a lot of yelling last night. We had a music video shoot where it got really crazy last night, you guys. We was doing a lot of extra shit for this video that we're putting together right now. It's a spectacle. Y'all will probably see it. It won't be on my page, but it's going to be dropping on a couple pertinent hip hop pages. So Complex actually reported Bobby Shmurda parole denied. Bobby Shmurda denied parole. Law enforcement sources told TMZ that Bobby Shmurda has been denied parole and he will remain in jail until 2021. It seems like the judicial system isn't convinced Shmurda has been fully rehabilitated, as it was revealed that Bobby will have to serve the maximum 7-year sentence. Now, a lot of you know Bobby Shmurda was going to cop out to 4 to 5 years just prior to accepting the 7-year deal, because they offered him, they said, listen, we'll give you 4 or 5 years, but we're about to send Rowdy Rebel up the river. We're giving him 12 years. There was a circumstance where Bobby could take 7, and I believe Rowdy received 9. So Rowdy received under a decade sentence based on Bobby Shmurda actually taking a little bit more time. That's why people like China Mac, and that's why people in the hip-hop community are celebrating Bobby Shmurda, you guys. For everybody out there telling me Bobby Shmurda's not the character to be celebrated, Bobby Shmurda did a whole lot of wrong, which is why he's in the situation that he's in. I think he needs to be celebrated for the fact that he helped a close friend of his. He didn't leave him up Schitt's Creek. He didn't leave him with no way to get out of his situation. You know, he helped him out, and that's true friendship, you guys. Complex continued. Following his September 15th, 2020 interview with the Board of Parole, Akil Pollard, which is Bobby Shmurda's name, was denied a release and given a hold until the maximum expiration of his sentence on December 11th, 2021. A spokesperson from the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. So this is actually a comment from the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision that's telling Complex this, you guys. They told him that Bobby's going to have to serve out the remainder of his sentence, and he won't be home until December 11th, just before Christmas. It's crazy. It's crazy that he can't get it's crazy that Bobby Shmurda can't get a release. You know what I mean? Especially with that rat getting a release just because he had, lung problems and had to use an inhaler. Bobby Shmurda was signed to a record label. I just released an interview with Dark Low where Dark Low actually said, if Arab. If Rollo had signed to a major record label, then they would have been in a different position. Then they would have been in a position where they could actually get out of the situation. If we look, not to discredit what Darklo said, but if we look at Bobby Shmurda's case, Bobby was actually signed to Epic Records. Epic Records signed Bobby Shmurda at the, never mind the height of Bobby Shmurda's career, Epic Records signed Bobby Shmurda at the height of their own career. Epic Records as a label was doing crazy things. L.A. Reid was in position at that point. L.A. Reid brought in Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda's bail was $2 million. Epic Records never posted it so Bobby Shmurda could fight his charges from outside. He had to fight all of his charges from the inside, which is why he ended up taking that plea deal. Throughout his time in jail, Bobby Shmurda has reportedly racked up Bobby has reportedly racked up more than 10 violations for drug possession, fighting, having a weapon, and other offenses. This could have been factors that impeded the rapper's release, since good behavior is heavily considered by the parole board. Everyone out there has been hearing all the news of Bobby Shmurda, about how Bobby Shmurda, tried to sneak a shank into jail, about how Bobby Shmurda got caught smoking. You know what I mean? All these things are weighing against him when it comes to him getting an early release. You know what I mean? So obviously it's come back to bite him in the ass right here with the fact that he been getting into fights. So let's read another report. This one's from XXL, actually. I just saw this one this morning. The hot N-word rhymer has been behind bars for 6 years. Since December 24th, 2014. He is currently housed at upstate New York's Clinton Correctional Facility. Now, this is a little bit more information for y'all that have been wondering where he's actually locked up. It's dope that XXL is actually, giving us that news. XXL been one of the hottest magazine in imprints and just news outlets for over a decade. Way over a decade. Eminem actually shouted them out in like 2001 on the Marshall Mathers LP album. While in prison, Bobby has had a few behavioral issues, resulting in him racking up 11 violations that include drug possession, fighting, and possession of a shank. On December 24th, 2014, Bobby Shmurda was arrested by the NYPD and charged with conspiracy to commit murder, weapons possession, and reckless endangerment. In 2016, he pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 7 years in prison, which was reduced to 5 years after receiving credit for 2 years he already served awaiting trial. Facts. That's right. I was just about to say it. He waited for 2 years, and Epic Records never bailed him out so he could potentially come home and go to trial, which is why he had to plead out. Back in September of 2016, he accepted a plea deal on charges of conspiracy to possess weapons and possession of a weapon. He was facing other drug charges, including conspiracy to commit murder, which were tossed due to the deal. Obviously, he was going to take that deal when they throw out the other charges like that. Despite Bobby Shmurda spending more than half of the last decade in prison, he has some productive plans once he is a free man. Oh, wow, we're going to get into some of this here. In July, Bobby's mom revealed that her son intends to release new music, mentor at-risk youth, and also release a biography of a documentary format. The purpose of the film is to serve as a learning tool for the youth to steer them away from troubled past. XXL has reached out to a rep for Bobby Shmurda, Clinton Correctional Facility, and the Bronx District Attorney's Office for a comment on this matter. So, hopefully, on XXL, they get a comment back from them, and then, this could give people more information about what Bobby Shmurda is currently going through right now. I think we all know it's kind of BS what he's going through, considering he had that major label, considering that he, was changing his life for the better at this point. They just wanted to come and rack him up with charges that were from, now the charges have to be at least 10 years old at this point, considering Bobby's been locked up for 6 years. So there was a very, where this all is coming from, I believe, is TMZ. So I want to read their report, and they get a little bit more in detail on the shank and all that. Bobby Shmurda, parole denied, stuck in prison till 2021. Like the rest of the world, Bobby Shmurda has little to no reason to celebrate 2020. You could say that again. Because he's not getting out of prison just yet. Despite high hopes he would be paroled, law enforcement officials, they told TMZ Bobby was denied parole after his interview with the board last week. No reason was given as to why, but we're told he's almost certainly going to be held in custody until the very end of his max sentence. As I said, December 11th, 2021. But look at that wording right there, guys. It says they were told that he's almost certainly going to be held in custody. Never say never, you guys. Everybody out there, keep praying for Bobby Shmurda. Potentially, he could get out of jail before that. Potentially, he could be out of jail in the next 6 months. But that all depends if he's going to get another court date. You know what I mean? He could literally just be sitting in jail after this parole hearing and have to sit up for the remainder of the 18 months with no meetings and no seeing nobody and no points of getting access to have to see a judge or anything like that, you guys. We know Bobby has not been helping his own cause while he was doing his time. Remember, the rapper racked up 11 violations, including drug possession, fighting, and having a shank. And good behavior clearly weighs heavily with the parole board. See, we're seeing this undeniable all over the board here, you guys. The parole hearings are going to have to do with how you've been behaving. How Bobby's been behaving for the last half a decade, you guys, is going to be a big determination in his release. And I wouldn't doubt that some people in there tried to check him. One dude actually commented when we did the live video the other day. He said he gave Bobby a dub. You know what I mean? So Bobby was actually hit with drug possession. They probably tested his urine, the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean, guys? As TMZ reported before, he copped a plea deal back in September 2016 to conspiracy to possess weapons and possession of a weapon. The other charges were thrown out, were tossed. Bobby was initially sentenced to 6 to 7 years in prison, and he's been in since December 2014. TMZ broke the story. Bobby's mother told us her son was ready to drop new music if he was granted parole, and he also wants to produce a documentary about his life, in hopes that he can be used to help and educate tool for the troubled youth. He wants to use it as an educational tool for the troubled youth. Man, that's highly commendable from Bobby Shmurda with what he wants to do. I imagine he has a whole lot of music ready right now to release to the public. It would just be dope if we could have got him out of jail this year so that he could have, got that momentum going. So he could have really got that momentum going for when Rowdy came home. But as the government loves to do, they want to hold this brother up just a little bit longer. They want to keep him locked up just a little bit longer, this 18 months, so they can try to dry him out any more that they could. It's ridiculous, you guys. I just hope everybody sticks with Bobby Shmurda at this point. We can all wait another 18 months. Everybody knows we're waiting for Max B to come home as well, you guys. It's your boy Mikey T, the movie star. Anybody that follows me based on this video, follow me on the gram. It's Mikey T _ the movie star. Y'all that follow me based on this video, I'm going to follow you back ASAP. I appreciate every single one of you. Tell a friend about this channel, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now. I'll be back with another exclusive later, y'all. Salute.